Remember, remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason the gunpowder treason shall ever be forgot. Guy Fawkes, 'twas his intent to blow up the king in Parliament. 70 barrels of powder below to prove old England's overthrow. By God's mercy, he was kitched with a dark lantern and burning match. Holla boys, let the bells ring. Holla boys, God save the king. And what shall we do with him? Burn him! You're listening to Fairpoint. I'm Craig Lewis.
I'm Nathan Capisser.
And happy 5th of November.
Or like a week late.
Yeah.
But
happy belated 5th of November.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes Day. Bonfire Day, whatever you want to call
Gunpowder Treason Day.
We're going to talk a lot about Guy Fawkes and a little about the holiday. In a little while, of course, we're going to banter and talk about the news first. Did you see, Craig, rival podcasters, Blurry Photos, already beat us to the punch?
Oh, yeah, the Guy Fawkes.
And they were on time. Theirs actually came out on Guy Fawkes days. Yeah, no sooner had I posted the preview for today's episode on the Facebook page, and I get a message from Blurry Photos like, yeah, we're posting our Guy Fawkes episode tonight.
Okay. Well, just so, we're not cross-tainting anything. Both of us have taken...
Cross-tainting?
Yeah, we've...
That's something I don't want to do.
Don't cross the taints.
Sure they feel the same way.
We chose not to listen to theirs yet, just so, we wouldn't dilute ours into theirs.
Yeah, not so we wouldn't influence ourselves in any way.
You know how long I was searching for that word?
I decided to go with dilute instead. Craig, do you play a lot of first-person shooters?
I do not.
Okay, yeah, me either.
I like the Halo games for the story. Really don't give a damn about Call of Duty games. I'm not too good with the multiplayer because I'm, technically colorblind.
Oh,
so,
you are colorblind. That's right.
So it's hard to see the different, because there's different colors as who are your friendlies and who are not. And by the time I figure out I either shoot a friendly or I get killed by
it
for
doesn't
being
help
passive.
If they're two drastically different colors.
Well, I mean, it does, but when it's blended into the background, sometimes I'll get it. Okay. It'll just be invisible words to me.
That's got to be rough. So it's what I don't know. What colors do you have trouble? It's only certain colors, right?
I'm technically red-green deficient. Is the term?
What's that mean?
Color deficient. I have trouble confusing shades of red and greens, anything that has hues from those two colors.
You don't confuse them together. You don't look at a red apple and be like, that's a green apple.
No, I don't.
But you might be like, if that's an orange apple, what the fuck?
Yeah, I could.
Why is this apple orange? I'm not eating this. Are you trying to poison me?
No, I get reds. I do get reds confused with pinks. It's all in the shading, really, Dark green and dark gray, apparently, I get confused.
Yeah, I remember
together.
Once I had a brown lighter, and I was like, I've never seen a lighter this color. And you were like, what, green?
Yeah.
So do you know? You know the difference between brown and green. You can visualize brown in your head and visualize green and, the subtle differences between them,
I can.
Right?
Like a green apple.
It just confuses your eyes sometimes.
When they're put together, yeah.
Got it. Well, the reason I ask is because I've been perplexed and plagued by a recent Battlefield 4 commercial.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
wants to play Battlefield 4. That's all I know. People are like, yo, screw Call of Duty, Battlefield. At least that's most of my Facebook feed.
Yeah, I'm hearing Battlefield is better than Call of Duty, but honestly, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, me too.
First-person shooters just aren't my thing. First-person games in general and shooters in general. I do enjoy some Grand Theft Auto. Which
Third-person
a case
shooters,
could be made that
Mass
it's like
Effect,
a shooter.
favorite series. Yeah, I'll take that.
I prefer third-person platforming. Yeah,
Me too. Even in like driving games, a lot of people will be up in the first-person view, and I'd be like, nope, I want to see the whole car on the road.
First-person seems too clumsy. Yeah. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta like walk around to try to get around and shit.
You try to say, well, it's like real life. Come on. No, it is not.
I feel
it is
like,
not. There's your field of view is
better,
obstructed. At least that way you can see the whole car and what's coming onto it. Like when you're in a real car, you can turn to the left and see what's going on to the left of you. When you're playing the game, you turn to the left and you see a fucking wall.
Yeah, and you have no idea that wall's there until you turn. You know what I mean? Whereas you have...
Right.
Yeah, I honestly think that makes a difference and makes third person a little bit more similar to moving around in real life.
Yes.
But this commercial, as you may or may not know, Battlefield and Axe body spray have a partnership.
Which is a weird combo to begin with. I guess you're just going for the bro market.
Exactly. And this Battlefield commercial doubles as an Axe body spray commercial. As you may also know, you can actually create your own multiplayer character in this version, and you can play as a woman. So they're sort of exploiting that.
And you have a dog.
No, that's Call of Duty.
Damn it.
So this commercial involves a woman soldier and a man soldier on the battlefield after what was clearly an intense battle. There's rubble everywhere and
like
blown up buildings.
There's a smoke in the cigarette moment.
Well, she's
recognizing your badassery.
Okay, but instead she takes off her helmet and shakes out her long, shiny brunette hair, and he and her like walk towards each other to meet each other on the battlefield with that, with the fuck me eyes going on.
Okay.
And a song plays, which lyrics are basically just "Love is all it takes" is pretty much the repeated lyric over and over and over again. And I find it just somewhat ironic that in a commercial advertising two products, one whose premise is that you need this product to make women instantly flock to you and make you irresistible in their eyes.
Pussy magnet.
And the other
Super
one
about love.
being a game where you use advanced military technology in order to settle disputes with foreign powers. So I don't know. It just seems like an odd choice of music. Love is all it takes. Kind of undermines the selling point of both products.
You fight for love. You can get me after killing a bunch of people.
So, Arkansas recently passed a bill to ban non-traditional body modifications and tattoos.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Basically, Senator Missy Irvin suggested this. And,
Republican, Arkansas.
Of course it's vaguely worded like all these bills always are to catch whatever they want to catch under their net. Yeah, basically any tattoos, piercings, body art, body modifications that the courts deem unconventional are illegal.
So just crosses and earrings?
Well, I mean, this is in Arkansas, so I guess the only tattoos that are going to be allowed are the Confederate flag.
Ah!
I'm just please block all incoming emails to the
Hate
account
mail.
coming from Arkansas. Just put that in the spam folder.
Sorry,
I kid.
I don't know. Like, are they going to be banished to the outlands for people that are living in Arkansas and have body piercings and tattoos?
Well, I kid. I mean, obviously, not everyone that lives in Arkansas is stupid. But I do have to mention that this bill was passed by a majority, 26-4.
So at least in Arkansas, all your leaders are stupid.
Yeah, I guess that holds true pretty much everywhere, though.
Ha ha. Well, the thing is, it's like Bible Belt, strict conservative folk that are like in charge over there, and the minority of people that are on the up and up and really don't care. Like, this is kind of stupid. Do you think they're going to get kicked out of Arkansas, or just like fined every year for, kind of like Obamacare? Like, you're going to get fined every year for not having it, or you'll be fined every year for having tattoos.
I don't know, right? What about people that already have them? Seriously.
I'm thinking the way like they're thinking of this is like, well, if we can't say all body piercings because one earring is good enough.
Well, no. So yeah, they did the vaguely wording on it and everything. You know what? Who the fuck cares? Like, come on.
People that want to nip creativity right in the bud before it starts.
You don't want to hire somebody who's got too much tattoos? Don't fucking hire them. It is none of your business whether or not they have tattoos. That is not a legal matter.
Well, apparently it is.
Well, you know what? I don't agree with it, and I think that we should give this Senator Missy Irvin a piece of our mind. I will definitely be writing to her, and I hope that some of our listeners who find this topic to be a little enraging would take it upon themselves too. If you'd like to get in contact with Senator Missy Irvin of Arkansas...
You're not going to give the address, are you?
Of course I am.
Come on, man.
Why the fuck...
Let them figure it out for themselves.
That's the whole point of democracy.
I think that's something we can get in trouble for, though.
No, we can't.
Are you sure?
I'm totally sure. It's the information to contact her at. I'm not giving out her home address and home phone number.
All right. Send in all your hate mail, too.
That I'm keeping between me and you. No, I'm just joking. I don't have anybody's...
See, that's what I was getting at. We don't need... Because then if, death threats start coming her way, I don't want to be part responsible for that. I just want to be part responsible for
if you want to send her a letter, you can reach her at Senator Missy Irvin, and then in parentheses the letter R, I guess. P.O. Box 106, Mountain View 72560. Or at email at missy.irvin, Irvin is of course IRVIN, at senate.ar.gov.
Snap. I feel like we made a difference today.
Let her know what you think. Let her know that you think that she needs to butt the fuck out of other people's business and handle her own life. Okay, thank you.
Missy Elliott strikes again. She would hate that. She's got all sorts of piercings and tattoos, don't she?
I have no idea, but probably.
She don't want no 1 minute, man. That's all I know.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
No, thank you. I would like to take this time to maybe declare a PSA for anybody camping during hunting season this year.
Always tie your food in trees so as to prevent attacking from bears.
Be careful of...
That was very...
Yeah, well, I mean,
Watch
it's almost
out for
bears.
Bosnian John Travolta. I will hunt you.
It has more to do with moose. Majestic,
like moose.
mighty moose.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't piss off a moose, though. I definitely can get down with that.
Well, if you're camping, you gotta be careful because in Norway, a hunter was going after a moose.
They got trolls there too. I've seen the Troll Hunter. Great flick.
I don't think he had the equipment to take on a troll. He had a shotgun. I don't think, or a rifle. I don't think that would take down a troll.
No, you need a big, high-powered light.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the money for that. He's just a guy trying to get a pelt and maybe an antler rack.
I'm just a hunter trying to get a pelt. Can I get a fox pelt?
Well, this one man shot at a moose and apparently missed a cabin that was behind the moose. He didn't see it.
He missed a cabin?
He missed the moose, hit the cabin.
Oh.
Yeah, and...
He didn't see the cabin?
Yeah, I guess not.
Should have painted your cabin orange.
Then maybe he still would have shot. I don't know. A moose is a really big target. How do you miss that?
To be fair, I mean, the cabin was a bigger target.
I guess, but, hunter safety course. I don't know how they do things down in Norway, Mr. Norwegian man. But here in the States...
Mr. Norwegian man? Now this is about his fucking nationality?
Oh, because I don't know if they've gone through proper hunter safety courses. Here in the States, you're taught that, unless there's nothing on the other side. If there's a cabin, you don't fucking shoot. There's a possibility you could hit the cabin. You don't fucking shoot, man. Get the moose next time. Try to get at a different angle. Wait, you can't take that shot. Maybe you should have been posted up in front of a house. But
so, was anybody hurt?
Unfortunately, there was a 70-something-year-old man sitting on the crapper.
No.
Yeah. Gut buster, to be serious.
He got shot in the gut?
Right in the gut. You
know
what?
Oh, my God, no.
To put things lightly, at least it might have helped him move his bowels a little better.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Or maybe it just fucked up his bowels even worse. That's more likely.
Either your toilet's exploding or you're getting shot in the gut.
Yeah, okay, I'm changing the PSA. Fucking be careful on the toilet.
Yeah, dude. Start taking a shit in the woods. Take a hint from bears.
It's the bare necessities. Good thing is, though, the man is good. He's okay. He's still kicking. I could just think of like an old crotchety man. Like, I've lived in the woods for the last 20 years.
Yeah, the good news, too. I mean, the moose came out unscathed. He went back to his people with a totally different take on the story.
If the guy, honestly, I don't think the hunter deserved to hit the moose. Good for you.
I don't think
Good
the
for you,
fucking old
moose.
dude deserved to get shot in the gut. He's like, I'm out here where no one can bother me out in the woods.
he's hunting the most dangerous game, man. Hey, that was my kill, you asshole.
So, Craig, people are pissed. There's something causing a lot of controversy. What else is new?
Is it Obamacare? We really don't want to be talking about this.
No. Basically, Kmart announced that they were going to be open all day on Thanksgiving. And people are really pissed off about that. Because they say, oh, shame on you, Kmart. You should allow your employees to go home and see their families. And everyone deserves to go home and see their families on Thanksgiving and all that.
Unless you don't live anywhere near your family.
Shouldn't be open. And you know what I say? Fuck them. Not
Fuck
Kmart.
them.
The people who are complaining. It's retail. It comes with the fucking territory, motherfucker. You can request it off. Now, if Kmart just now started telling their workers that they were going to be open to all day Thanksgiving, that's a little fucked up. You got to give the workers time to plan around it, and people who can't do it, if you want them to request time off ahead of time, you got to give them time to request off.
Of course.
It goes both ways. Really, like, it comes with the territory.
I'll tell you what, these assholes that are so pissed off, I guarantee will be sitting there shopping at midnight at the other stores.
My exact fucking point.
Because fuck these people.
Everyone deserves to go see their family and watch the game and eat some dinner and have a few beers and then go shopping at midnight and,
it's the American
stand
way.
in line. Yeah. Who the fuck do you think's ringing you out at midnight? Motherfucker, I work in a mall. And you know what? A lot of malls this year are deciding to open at 8 p.m. So that means I'm probably going to have to work right after Thanksgiving dinner. And you know what? It comes with the territory. But where the fuck is my protest? You want to boycott Kmart? All you motherfuckers that are boycotting Kmart, I better not see one of you shopping Black Friday.
Because you know exactly what they look like.
Practice what you fucking preach. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you, you fucking assholes. I've always worked on Black Fridays. I've been okay with it. I've never really... I think the earliest I've ever had to go in was 9 a.m. So that's not too bad. I did get all of Thanksgiving with my family. But where's the love for the people that get to have that Thanksgiving dinner and not even get to rest after?
Very sad news, Craig. I actually assume you already know this. We mentioned a few weeks ago that a major character on The Simpsons was slated to be killed off this season. Well, sadly, this is a case of a fictional story leaking into real life, and Marshall Wallace, voice of Edna Krabappel, the teacher on The Simpsons.
Yes, very sad.
Passed away.
Rest in peace. She was a fighter, too. Did you know she's been battling breast cancer since, like, the 80s?
No idea.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's awful. I mean, what a great character. Like, she's one of the most fleshed out, like, real human characters on that show.
And she was
like,
only supposed to be a guest in the beginning.
Right.
She was listed as a guest voice. It's like that's like one of the most prominent non-Simpson characters in the series.
Seriously, and
I do want to say though, in terms like people were maybe wondering, like, I hope it wasn't Edna that was supposed to be killed off, and the Simpsons have came out and said no, it was not her, but we're going to officially be retiring her character.
Which is, I respect it.
So maybe they'll do like but
it.
it's sad that like they won't be able to have like an actual episode about her retiring. They'll just have to mention it.
Yeah. It wouldn't be right hearing someone else do the voice, so I respect it. But
very much so. Very much so. It's time for a new teacher.
It will suck never seeing her though. Like one of the great strengths of The Simpsons is a lot of the characters. They're very they feel real. They feel like real people. They're layered. They're not one note. They have a personality that seems real. And she was one of the most.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely
felt like a real person. Like you could have known her, and just the little subtleties, her alcoholism, and all
I
that.
totally didn't think we were going to bring this up, but I'm glad you did because I do want to express all my love for The Simpsons, and she was an excellent actor, doing way more than just that. Even But that's what I knew her as, was Edna Krabappel. She'll sorely be missed. And just as a tribute almost, I would like to say my favorite episode about Edna Krabappel was the one where she starts her relationship with Skinner. And they have Bart be the middleman, sneaking around for them. And then they finally, they had the scene with Ralph where he's like, Principal Skinner and Miss Krabappel, we're in the closet making babies, and I saw one of the babies, and the baby looked at me.
He looked at you. That was my best Chief Wiggum.
I bent my Wookiee.
That's one of my favorite Simpsons moments. So, a fond Fairpoint farewell to Marsha Wallace and Miss Edna Krabappel. You both will be missed.
Very much so. A little more uplifting. It's been named official that Trick or Treat 2 is going to be made.
Oh, I remember Trick or Treat vaguely.
I liked it.
It was like an anthology movie, right?
Yes. Yeah, there were 3 different stories that were intertwined, and they met up at the end, involving zombie children.
What was that, 2005 or something?
I think it was 2009 when it finally came out. It was supposed to be 2007, but it came out direct to DVD in 2009 because of all the complications with it.
Wow. Seems so much older.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, I remember hearing about it back in 2006, 2007, and I mean, excited for it, and then it just went off the radar because nothing ever happened. And then a buddy of mine showed it to me, and I was like, oh, fucking sweet.
So you liked it?
I did like it. It was pretty cool. And thinking back on our Halloween origins, originally trick-or-treating was to pacify the spirits, or that was one of the background stories for it. They would leave out candy, and if you didn't, you would be fucked with by the spirits. And there was one sack boy named Sam. He was like a kid wearing
sack boy?
Yeah.
From Little Big Planet?
No, not that one. This one's much more devious. He had a burlap sack on his head, and it just looked like a little trick-or-treater, but this old crotchety guy was refusing trick-or-treaters and being dicks to them, and he just started having fun with him. It was really cool.
Wow. Talk about a plot for a horror movie. Have you ever played Little Big Planet?
I have not. So.
One of the coolest things about it is the characters. You make the characters. You've seen them, right? The little sack boys,
yeah.
little burlap dolls.
Yeah.
You can download different character packs, and you can unlock tons of different little pieces, so you can make your own character. But the character packs a lot of times are famous characters, superheroes, movie characters.
Oh, cool.
Whenever I played, I had a specific character that I would always play, and that was Rorschach the Ghostbuster. Which is basically Rorschach from The Watchmen, but in a Ghostbusters uniform with a proton pack.
Yeah, that's awesome. You gave him the whole Ghostbusters get up. You know what's funny is that when you talk about Sackboy, when I say Sackboy, your initial thought is Little Big Planet. Sometimes
something to do with football.
Yeah, sure. So totally not gay.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking of testicles,
balls, yeah,
scrotums rather.
Scrote boy.
I feel like the game might not have sold as well.
I don't see why not.
So Jurassic Park 4 is still moving forward in production. It now has a name.
Is it what?
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. It's very clever.
It's going to take place on the original island.
Then I guess
not
it's
Site B.
Why don't they just, instead of saying Jurassic Park, just say Jurassic Island? Because if it's going to take place on this island, it's obviously not the whole world. Just, semantics bugging me.
A lot of people are theorizing that maybe it's about an operational park, the park is currently operating. So maybe it's called Jurassic World, like Disney World. I don't know.
They changed the name?
I don't fucking know.
They're like, oh, we could do this again. I wonder, is it going to be in relation, a direct sequel to 3, or is it going to be somewhat of a reboot?
It's spoken of as if it will reboot the series, but it's still a sequel. It's Jurassic Park 4. It'll reboot it in a new direction, supposedly. And it's not that. Did you hear about the older
new
script
John
that
Hammond
surfaced a few years ago? A script surfaced about how the military was making human dinosaur hybrids and sending them. And there were some
dude, that's a B movie.
Sketches.
That's B movie heaven right there.
Dude, I would have been pissed if that was Jurassic. Not Jurassic Park though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even if they turn Jurassic Park to a B movie, at least keep it about dinosaurs in a park. I'd rather you not turn it to a B movie.
Well, it won't be a Jurassic Park thing. This will be a whole separate thing called something different. But it's going to be a B horror movie.
I'm cool with that movie never being made. We're a should not be movie. There's some rumored casting.
I was just about to ask about that. Cast.
Female lead, I guess the two big rumors are Idra Elba from Pacific Rim or some girl named Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't know who she is. I thought she was a dude when I read the name.
I thought you were a dude.
Not saying she looks like a dude. I don't know what she looks like.
Oh, because the name's Bryce.
Yeah. Josh Brolin and Jason Schwartzman, curiously enough, are both
Jason Schwartzman. He's awesome.
Yeah, neither of them are
Is he
people...
the drummer of Phantom Planet?
Was he really?
Yeah.
No way.
Check it.
Really? They're the guys that did California.
Yep.
Right?
They were.
Here it
Bryce Dallas Howard was in the Twilight Saga.
comes.
That's who she was.
Just the facts. Probably born April 3rd. You know what? I don't think this is gonna work.
What do you mean? Weren't we doing Guy Fawkes?
Yeah, I think you should take it, Craig.
Oh.
I think you know what to do.
Oh, all right. I give it a good old whirlwind there. Give it a shot. Just the facts. Probably born April 13th, 1570, Guy Fawkes was part of a group of English Catholics who planned and failed to assassinate the king by blowing up the House of Lords in November 1605.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
I love it. We say probably born April 13th because his exact birthday isn't known.
Yeah.
But we know that he was
Ish.
baptized, I think, on the 16th.
Kind of weird how they record baptism but not birth.
Well, yeah, of course the church is going to record the baptism.
That because in their eyes, that's when the baby was born.
Right, exactly. But tradition was, I think, 3 days after the child was born. So
Right.
he was born to a family of Protestants, but his father died when he was about 8 years old.
Oh, that's sad. He never had anybody to teach him how to throw the ball around.
Well, I mean, he did up to 8. And his mother remarried rather quickly to a Catholic man.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And that, of course, set the seeds of Catholicism into Fawkes' mind.
But wasn't Catholicism at the time outlawed?
Yeah, actually,
The
I believe
church
it
was Protestant.
Yes, and the
All
English
because-
government was Protestant.
All because King Henry wanted a divorce, and the Pope was like, "No,
What?
That's not allowed.
What do you...
You can't. You swore
So
to
he-
marry her.
He was a Catholic,
He was a Catholic,
and he wanted a divorce, and the Pope
basically
was
started-
like, nah, dude.
yeah.
And he was like,
He's
well,
like, well,
fuck
I'm
going
gonna
to
give me a
man.
religion that will give me a divorce.
Oh, shit, no way.
This
And
is
he's
how
like,
things
you know
go.
what? Your religion's outlawed. Fuck with me. See what happens.
Guess what, Pope? You better go back to Scotland. So yeah, that's just a fun tidbit. Like it became so illegal to be Catholic that
So illegal. It wasn't just illegal.
it
This shit
was
was
so
very
well.
illegal.
People were spending up to 20 years in jail just for being Catholic.
Holy fuck.
Can you imagine? So anybody that complains about not getting their proper due to practice whatever religion they feel, just what do you think they would have done to a Muslim in England back then? If you 20 years for being Catholic, at least you believe in the right God, right?
Jeez. So, Guy Fawkes did convert to Catholicism, excuse me. I always feel like saying Catholicism. but
Catholicism.
Catholicism. So he eventually traveled to Spain, mainly looking for support to start a Catholic rebellion in England. Fuck this Protestant government. Let's reinstitute a Catholic monarchy. And couldn't really get the support he wanted there. Spain was, of course, Catholic ruled at the time.
Of course. A lot of the countries were at the time in Europe.
He did fight for Spain against the Protestant Dutch, though. He was like, well, if I can't bring Catholicism to my homeland, then I can at least kill some Protestants while I'm here.
Yeah, in the name of Catholicism.
Yeah, totally. So he changed his name to Guido Fawkes and fought for them in the 80 Years' War.
En garde.
And there he met Thomas Winter, a man who was educated and trained as a lawyer, but opted to become a soldier instead.
That's a good choice. You have two options.
He
You
had-
can chase ambulances, or you can fight for the queen.
Is there any difference? I can't do the Cockney accent.
Are you really
Well,
telling
just-
me that there's an option here?
Well, just chasing ambulances at the end of the day. I can't, not at all.
I'll go bugger a papa.
Well, Thomas Winter returned to England with Guy Fawkes, and
There
there
I found
he-
a friend. That's so nice.
Yeah. They really hit it off together.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Me and you and me.
No matter how they toss the dice, we're meant to be.
We'll travel back to England now and kill the king. We're plotting together. I don't fucking know. So they went back to England, and Thomas Winter introduced Guy Fawkes to Robert Catesby, who was planning an assassination against the king, King
Oh,
James
what,
the First.
what a stroke of luck here. All right,
He's-
somebody get
Guy
this
Fawkes
guy
is
a
like, I love
pint.
you fucking guys. Yeah. Let me buy you guys a pint.
Let me get you around for the house. Like the House of Lords are gonna blow up later, eh?
Keep it down.
I don't
the
care
fuck
if
is
anyone.
this guy?
I will fight anyone here that declares his love for the king. I want to kill the king.
Is there any way we can keep this guy, like, underground? Like, just not...
Yeah. He could watch the Dynamite.
So they got together and started plotting to kill King James the First.
Little
and restore
interesting
a Catholic monarch to the
tidbit
throne.
there. Did you know that the name of the place that they plotted at was called the Duck and Drake?
No, was it a
Inn?
bar?
Yeah, it was an inn.
The Duck
Inn slash
and
bar.
Drake?
Yeah, the Duck and Drake.
Were they the bartenders? Like, just a random...
I don't know, but
a
all I could
random
think of
duck
is rap
and,
superstar
and
Drake
yeah.
having, like, opening up a bed and breakfast with Darkwing Duck or something.
Girl, you want to get some gunpowder?
I am the
Take
terror
it on
that
to the
flaps
house,
in the
Lord,
night.
Take it a king. Eh,
It's their safe house.
I don't know. That's what Drake does. He's like, I can't
Yes,
sing, I can't rap, so I'm just going to drone.
Started from the bottom, but yeah.
I like what your friend said on Facebook when he's like, started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Like, what, did he drag his whole team down with him?
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was good.
He really did start from the bottom, though, as a child actor, like, with
Right.
an agent.
So it's like, tell me how unfortunate you were.
The best thing was that he did it all on his own, too, without the help of Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Or the fact that, I mean, 13-year-olds on hit TV shows usually is what I would consider rock bottom.
Seriously. In Canada, of all places. You know
Ca-
how much health
Canada's-
insurance costs up there?
It's free 99.
So, yeah, Guy Fawkes, Robert Catesby, Thomas Winter, and probably some other motherfuckers would get together in Drake's bar and plot to kill the king. They started stockpiling gunpowder in an undercroft beneath the House of Lords, that's where Parliament met up, right?
Yes, you are correct, sir.
Thank you, Ed.
No problem, Johnny. I'm just here to help you out. Ha ha!
Just sit there and laugh at everything I say. No problem, sir.
I got your back, sir.
Let me get one of them big giant checks. Best check yourself
No,
before you wreck
okay,
yourself.
so another reason why like Guy Fawkes was so into doing this was that King James the First just so
had
happened
sex with his wife.
he didn't have a wife. He was a
Manly man. No one woman could control his urges.
There was
Did you see his beard and how big it was?
sign of virility, 'tis. Mustaches like that don't grow themselves.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, that's how mustaches work, sir.
There was a lot
I
of
beg to
plotting
differ.
and trimming. He should have. I bet you he sold a barber twice a week. He did.
James the First just so happened. The king just happened.
Jeez, spit it out.
The king just so happened to be the former James the Sixth of Scotland, which is weird. He
So
just
he-
came over and started ruling England, too.
So he was James the Sixth, and then he
Yes.
was James the First.
Yeah, I wanted to be a first, I guess.
So he was the 6th king of Scotland named James.
Yes.
And the 1st king of England named James.
Yes. So he is both
He
people
didn't
at
just
once.
disown 5 members of his paternal ancestry.
Well, I think he just wanted to start afresh in a new country, you
Okay.
know. He's like, I'm getting sick and tired of ruling Scotland.
like,
I want to move on up to the east side.
Fuck you, Dad. I'm the first James. Jim. Get out of here, Jimmy. You're not my real dad.
Not anymore. I got my own dad.
I got a new dad now.
He buys me things, takes me out to
And
the
he's
mall.
Protestant. And he said it's totally okay if I get a divorce.
No idea what I'm going through.
Go hang out with the Pope, jerk each other off. Fuck you, Dad.
I'm gonna go get divorces and get laid.
Go to the Motley Crue concert and shit. And yeah.
Whatever. It's my life.
Party on.
Oh, party on, dude. So I think Guy Fawkes was kind of a little pissed that some dirty Scot was like ruling his country now. On top of that, and he's like, you know what? No, we rule you. That's how it's always been. It's not
Yeah.
the other way around.
Guy Fawkes wasn't that cool a guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
He wasn't my buddy, nor was he my guy.
But sometimes a guy that used to be your buddy now becomes your friend.
But not in this scenario. So the famous gunpowder plot. Basically, this group of conspirators began stockpiling gunpowder in an undercroft that they secured beneath the House of Lords, as we said a moment ago. Fawkes was put in charge of keeping watch over it. He was also the man who would be there to light the fuse.
Right. So he was the most important person here, and he failed.
Well, somebody anonymously alerted the authorities.
Whistleblower. How could you?
And yeah, they searched and apprehended Fawkes down there just chilling with the explosives on November 5th. And just think, I mean, they didn't have smartphones back then. Like,
Nor did they have.
I think they just had regular cell phones. So like he was
No,
probably
no, they
just
were
sitting
they were
there.
using pagers.
He was playing Snake 2 or something on his phone. Like he didn't. It wasn't like he could just go check his Facebook and shit. And
Yeah, he couldn't do any of that stuff. All I could do was listen to different ringtones.
I used to love Snake 2. Did you ever have that on your phone back
Yes,
in
I
the
did.
day?
My old Nokia. That became a track phone and then became non-existent.
I had Snake 1 on my phone, but I would always make my friend Jenny let me borrow her phone because it had Snake 2. And whenever we'd hang out, I would
There's a
just
game
play
similar
Snake
to
2.
that that's like a little more in depth on the iPad
Fuck
set
it.
that I got. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to name drop it because I forgot the name of the game. It's like Snake
A good
Race or
reason.
something like that.
Snake.
So basically what you're saying is he had nothing to occupy his time and he just kind of sat there alone with
I guess
gunpowder.
He must have.
Like, can you
What do
just
you think-
like just think about it? Like when you see the guys coming, you're just like, wouldn't you have been like, "Oh fuck, light it." I'm
Right?
I'm
I'm going
dead
down. He
anyways.
might-
Now I'm
yeah.
dead. He
Dude.
could have been the first original suicidal bomber.
That didn't even occur to me. Why didn't he?
Just light it. He's fucked.
Pussy
He knows he's
ass
fucked.
motherfucker.
It's like
He
I'd
should
rather
have.
be tortured for 5
Maybe
days.
he did, and they came in and stomped it out, and they're like, "You'll put somebody's eye out."
Oi, they're so dangerous, don't you know? Do you know that the House of Lords is right upstairs?
The one officer's like, "I bet you happy we showed up, or else you would have been in a little twist, wouldn't you?"
You should be thanking us. We saved your life. Do you know you shouldn't be smoking down here? It's a fire hazard.
This is where we keep the gunpowder.
Which, you know, as you think of it, is probably not a good place to keep it.
But that's neither here nor there. Now get out of here. Let's leave the gunpowder be.
The gunpowder is fine where it is for now.
Well, no, that's not at all what happened. What actually happened was he was tortured and questioned for days.
Yikes, yeah.
He withstood 2 days straight before he even opened his mouth about anything.
Which is impressive. But, in a sense, the king did say, start out slow and work your way up until you get everything out of him. So, as they built the torture up, at 2 days, he finally revealed his real name, being Guy Fawkes. At the time, he was going by John Johnson.
Yeah, that was the name he originally gave to police.
Yeah, he had when he came over to England, he basically rented everything out as John Johnson.
Really?
That was who he was.
No way.
Yeah.
So that was his Facebook was John Johnson and everything.
Like he
yeah.
came over with.
No, he probably wasn't using Facebook. That was a long time ago. It was probably MySpace.
It was something more like that.
But
wouldn't you know it? Before those days, there wasn't even a MySpace. And his buddy Robert was like, seriously, like John Johnson. That's what you go with,
dude. I thought he just like came up with it on the spot. Like the cops busted him, and he was like, and he started looking around. And he looked, and the bathroom door was open, and he saw the toilet, and he was like, John. And then he looked up, and
John.
A dude was pissing in the toilet. He was like, Johnson. John Johnson.
John Johnson, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
I'll make you buy me a new one. Batman Returns.
Oh, that's my favourite.
Not a fair representation of Batman, but still one of my favourites.
Still one of my favourites. There, Christopher Walken gets kind of a Jack the Ripper feel, he does.
But I guess that's true of all of his movies, eh? So I'll just be going on my way.
Sir.
Pleasure meeting you, officers.
Sir, no, you have to stop and answer for what you are doing here, Mr. John Johnson. Sir, if that is your real name, sir.
Hey, I didn't make Batman Returns, I just like it.
You can't blame me. Here's Michelle Pfeiffer. She got some nice kitty titties.
And sometimes, you know, when I'm feeling rather blue, I put on a Smiths record, and I look at some Tim Burton stuff.
It's a very depressing night, it is.
I don't watch any of his movies, mind you. That would interfere with the Smiths record. But he's got some.
He's got some mighty fine portraits. He does.
The alphabetical book. I'll read it all the time. I'm sorry for my English accent. It's horrible. I know.
It's something we're going to have to work with, it is.
On the 8th, the third day, he revealed his co-conspirators'
Wait, the 8th
names.
or the 3rd? Oh, the 8th of November.
The 8th of November, the third day of torture.
Gotcha.
He finally revealed the names of his co-conspirators. So he was like, fuck. Whatever. And he made one last confession the next day. So he still wasn't even done.
Oh, so like Batman and Robin.
They made me watch it, they did.
It's not that bad if you think about it as a remake of the Adam West movie.
That was almost Jamaican.
I don't know what my friend is drinking. It's some kind of cough syrup. Batman and Robin was a travesty.
He doesn't even care. I don't even care that you gave away my name. But to stand here in front of God and the Queen, the Protestant whore as she be, and to defend that Josh Schumacher piece of shite.
I mean, seriously, who puts nipples on a bat suit?
You
it's
ain't
just
me
wrong.
buddy and you ain't me guy.
You're no longer me buddy.
But you're still me guy.
No, I'm Joe Johnson. Oh, right, I would have told you my real name.
Or if we're just having too much fun.
Finally, on the 9th day, he revealed the whole plot and what was going down and what he planned to do.
We was gonna blow up Parliament. I admit it. You forced it out of me. That's what the gunpowder was for.
If it weren't for that revelation, we would have got away with it.
No way.
So
These
yeah,
motherfuckers was gonna blow up Parliament.
Well, basically, they just wanted to make sure they got all the information out of him that they could have, because
You told me you just found it there. I was lying.
Did a pretty good job,
way.
I did. You almost
Chap's a
didn't
good
get it out of
liar,
me.
he is. He had me going.
So,
at the end of it all, of course, he was to be hanged. And you didn't just get hanged. They completely emasculated you. You would be hanged, and then you would be cut down. And
before you die.
Yeah, they would cut your guts open, and then they would grab your testicles and cut them off.
Awful.
Right by the sack boy.
I like how we always bring it back.
Yeah, dude, they just grab you by the testicles and cut your body off.
You mean they cut your testicles open?
Nah, dude, they'd grab your testicles and they just cut your body right off of your testicles.
Have me a little trophy.
So Guy Fawkes was not having any of that. So he basically kind of tricked the executioner, and excuse me. And the second the rope was around his neck, jumped from the scaffold or whatever the fuck you hang people from.
Snapping his neck basically instantly.
Instantly killing himself.
He's like, okay, nope, you might do all that other shit to my body, but I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah.
You're not gonna rip my guts out, dismember me, take my testes off, and not giving you the pleasure.
There are theories that there were conspirators actually involved within the conspiracy. Like, this is conspiraception. That perhaps there were people who...
Were they asleep?
I don't think so.
I think that's how the Inception worked.
Well, come on. Except, like, you know, like within a conspiracy within the conspiracy. Like a dream within a dream.
Another conspiracy.
That there were actually Protestants involved that intended on the plan to almost go through and then be foiled so they could stir up anti-Catholic sentiment.
Boy, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that did get stopped.
Oh, that's exactly what happened, though. Is a lot of anti-Catholic sentiment did get stirred up after.
But to me, that just all seems like the conspiracy within the conspiracy is almost like season of 24. Like Jack Bauer infiltrated the nasty Catholics in their war on Protestantism.
Yeah, and it's all just conjecture. So
November 5th is celebrated as Guy Fawkes Day, where the townsfolk would, have fireworks at night. They would burn effigies of the Pope. They eventually burned effigies of Guy Fawkes himself.
Yeah, they'd have bonfires in the streets celebrating the failure of the gunpowder plot. The fact that our king's still alive.
By starting their own fires.
And yeah, like you said, they would burn effigies of the Pope and of Satan. That was originally. They didn't start burning effigies of Guy Fawkes until years later.
Right.
I think it started becoming a little bit like, I guess that's not PC. Like, there was a lot of Catholic persecution right then, but like once that eased up a bit, it was like, I guess it's not really that PC to burn the Pope alongside Satan. So, and again, they wouldn't have just lionized Guy Fawkes right off the bat, which nowadays he is kind of like a folk hero, and making effigies of him is
traveling the country with all sorts of different folk bands.
Yeah, he's a folk music hero. No, he's not a folk music hero. He plays in My Morning Jacket.
That's awesome.
So yeah, like people will actually make Guy Fawkes scarecrows, effigies, and burn them on Guy Fawkes Day. Children used to go door to door, asking, a penny for the guy and asking for money.
They were oddly dressed children.
Well, I'm sure they were.
Dressed like a guy.
Yeah, the actual term guy comes from Guy Fawkes. When you say, like, those guys over there, like, hey, guy.
Hey, guy.
Like, that actually comes from Guy Fawkes. That wasn't a word in use before Guy Fawkes. Because people would make, like we said, kids would go around, penny for the guy. Like, they'd refer to this thing they're making as a guy. It just became,
lock your doors, the guys
I'm
are coming.
making a guy for Guy Fawkes Day. And then that generally started referring to effigies in general. Like, he's...
Second
like,
Halloween.
Kind of like your grandparents called a Nintendo. Yeah,
right.
he's playing Nintendo in there.
He's playing the Nintendo.
You'd be like, yeah, I got a guy out in the cornfield to scare away the crows or something. I don't know. And that, because people would... If you were dressed poorly, like if you were a poor person wearing mismatched hand-me-downs, and stuff, you were dressed like a guy.
You were a guy, all right. You were
dressed like a guy.
Dressed like a guy.
People would use their ratty old clothes to throw that together. So that became eventually like slang for man in a pejorative sense.
Yeah, nowadays a guy is now your buddy.
Yeah, it lost context when it came to America. So guy just became a man in general. Even a person in general at this point. You guys isn't...
Like these fucking guys, can you believe them out there?
This fucking guy.
Check out the way this guy fucking drives over here.
Every time I say that now, I'm going to imagine them looking over and just having a big smiling Guy Fawkes face. Just like a Guy Fawkes troll face.
That could be a new meme, right?
Yeah. This guy. So at St. Peter's School in York, they will not burn an effigy of Guy Fawkes on Guy Fawkes Day because he once attended the school, and they refused to burn him out of respect for their former alumni.
So, what if Charles Manson was a former alumni? Would he be able to be burned?
Maybe they'd make an exception.
Because I mean, in England's eyes, well, the Protestants' eyes, he was just as bad.
Charles Manson? I think in everybody's eyes, Charles Manson was just as bad.
No, because they thought Guy Fawkes was like a serious terrorist, tried to kill the king.
Oh, I thought
the brainwashed
you meant Guy
houses.
Fawkes was just as bad as Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Charles Manson
But
murdered
Charles Manson was a
tons
psycho.
of
We get
innocent
it.
people. He didn't even murder them. He had other people murder them.
I'm saying Guy Fawkes is not as bad as Charles Manson.
I don't think he is.
But I think maybe
Guy
in
Fawkes
their
was
eyes,
still a
because
little fucked up.
It's like the way we view Obama, you know.
No, it's not. I don't view Obama like that at
that's
all.
a
I
mistake.
voted for the man twice.
Osama bin Laden. That was an honest.
Wow, really, Craig?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know why that hit.
Got something you want to say about the president, Craig?
Absolutely not. That was an actual slip. Not like I'm actually part. I mean, I don't agree with the president, but he is nothing is like a terrorist.
I'm going to edit that up, and it's just going to be like, I actually believe that the president is a terrorist.
Oh, that's not true.
My name's Craig Lewis. I suck. Nutsack. Sack boy.
That's not him. That's not him. Don't listen to him.
There were actually books written that, you know, played a big part in Guy Fawkes becoming a folk hero. The boyhood days of Guy Fawkes turns him more or less into an action hero. And in Guy Fawkes, or The Gunpowder Treason, an historical romance, Guy Fawkes encounters John Dee, another actual historical figure, a consultant to
"Come
Queen
here,
Elizabeth
baby."
I. No, not at all. But he dabbled in affairs of alchemy and divination and whatnot. And in the book, he's actually given magical powers from his studies. And
That's pretty cool. I would love to study someplace and get powers.
right, he summons ghosts and shit.
That's dangerous, though. You don't want to summon. We've summoned ghosts before. Just saying.
But that's another story altogether. Guy Fawkes actually receives a message from God in this, telling him that the gunpowder plot will fail. Well, we can't really talk about Guy Fawkes without talking Guy Fawkes masks.
Which is interesting because he had a lot more facial hair than the masks represent.
Yeah, it didn't quite look as Salvador Dali-esque.
It is more bushy.
But a lot of us here in America probably wouldn't even know who Guy Fawkes was if it weren't for the Guy Fawkes masks.
Right, which came about.
Originally, they were given out in like the backs of comic books. You could either order them or like actually cut them out of the back, you know.
Yeah, make
a
your own
mask
Guy
out of
Fawkes
it.
mask.
Yeah, and I mean, kids could use them on their guys that they're making for Guy Fawkes Day, or they could wear them. Halloween and Guy Fawkes Day were so close together.
I have a miniature Guy Fawkes mask still in package.
I have a Guy Fawkes mask as well.
It was,
Not in package.
it wasn't a full size one, so I figured why bother taking it out.
Mine is full-sized. But eventually, a man named Alan Moore wrote a story that a lot of you are probably familiar with named V for Vendetta.
Probably more familiar with the movie, but gotta give credit where it's due. If you liked the movie, haven't read the story, go out and read the story.
Yeah, the comic is amazing. The movie is really good, too. I actually like the movie.
I do
I'm
like
a
the
fan.
movie.
But the comic is a phenomenal work
It seems
of
like
literature.
Alan Moore has two movies that I like, you know, the comic and also liked the movie.
What's the other, Watchmen?
Watchmen, yeah.
Yeah, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the movie isn't very great.
Wasn't that what like kind of made him not really want to do any more of his stories?
A lot of things building up made him. He was actually on board for Watchmen back in the 80s, and everything just went to hell, and he's like, fuck all this shit. But the hero in V for Vendetta, the anti-hero as he may be, is sort
Debated.
of like a domestic terrorist who does succeed in blowing up Parliament, and he wears a Guy Fawkes mask.
He's a
And
lot more charming too. Like,
More
he's
of a
very
freedom
debonair.
Guy
type
Fawkes
guy.
was fighting for Catholic
England.
rule.
Yeah, Catholic England.
And V in V for Vendetta is fighting for freedom, more or less.
From
for
oppression
anarchy.
and-
He's
yeah.
more of an anarchist than anything else. And so,
Because it was another abusive, authoritative, oppressive government.
oh yeah, absolutely. It took place in the future, which in the comic I believe was 1997, because this was written in the
That
80s.
didn't happen that way, I guess.
But in the movie, I think it was in like the 2020s or something.
Yeah, it was further into the future.
Well, eventually the protest group Anonymous began to adapt these masks for their use, more inspired, I imagine, by the antics of V than by Guy Fawkes.
True.
And now they're commonplace to be seen in protests. That's the reputation Guy Fawkes is more or less getting in modern day, which is interesting.
So somewhat called freedom fighter.
I actually heard a quote from Alan Moore, which is amazing. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he said more or less, no pun intended, more or less.
That, I got it. It's delicious.
That it was amazing that to him it's almost like he has seen a character that he created come to life. And that's got to be amazing for him to turn on the news and see people in Guy Fawkes masks protesting and staging big fuck yous to the government and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And really living out the spirit of the character he created.
Doubt any of the people that are being these Guy Fawkes out now protesting are very well trained in martial arts or fighting.
But that's true, but the spirit of his character has entered the real world.
That's really cool.
That character has...
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
It's more than just cosplay.
It's more than just a comic he wrote, you know? He was like, I never dreamed while I'm writing this that someday this character would jump off the pages and have an effect in the real world, in the way people think and stuff. And that's amazing. Like, that is really amazing.
That's pretty damn...
Photos surfaced last week or so.
Of Guy Fawkes?
No. Yeah, he's still
and
alive.
Kim Kardashian?
He was at a gas station buying cigarettes. With Kim Kardashian.
What's Kanye gonna do? Did you just honk at me? Okay, he's an alarm clock.
He's one of those duck-billed dinosaurs from Jurassic World. He's a donkey.
Yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't even me. That was my donkey. I go around on a donkey because I'm Jesus. That one was me. That one was me too.
Because I'm a lyrical genius.
That one was my donkey. He's a lyrical genius too.
He shits better records than you, Taylor Swift.
I'm going to let you finish. But Joe Rogan had the best podcast ever. The best podcast of all time.
Oh, now you let me get into my zone.
So where were we? Kanye West and Guy Fawkes conspired.
Bought it out. No, because he caught her with his baby mama. Because Guy Fawkes was with Kim Kardashian.
Oh, yeah.
I was
That's right. I
trying
totally
not to
forgot.
explain it.
Buying cigarettes at a gas station.
Who said that?
I did.
Oh.
Earlier.
Okay.
That's what he was doing. It was reported.
That means they're having.
It was reported on Fox News. They're like, we'll report anything. Well, no. The photo that surfaced, a few photos surfaced actually, of Guy Fawkes masks being manufactured in third world sweatshops.
Boo.
Or a third world
Who do you
sweatshop.
think you are, Nike? You don't need to make that kind of production. I doubt there's that big of a demand.
There's probably a big demand, but it goes against the spirit of the mask.
It does.
So
You're no Nike.
people are pretty pissed.
You're no Reebok.
So I don't know how much work Anonymous can do on a random sweatshop somewhere in a third world country that's, I think, unidentified. I don't know how much networking they got going on there.
I'm sure they could figure something out. They
But-
put their minds to it.
That'd be cool to see a sweatshop go down. Then again, the
Then
people,
again,
the
then
people
those
that work
kids
there
will
would
just
probably
get
be
sold
like,
off into slavery.
Thanks. I had a job. I had a fucking job, but you wanted to come help me.
You know what? Did you
Thanks,
know that
Anonymous.
25 cents a day can actually pay for my family's food over here?
Like, really, dude. Like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You got a job for me? Oh, I'll start a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, this was a third world country, but I still had health insurance. I had benefits, man. 401k.
They would have totally put me down if I lost a limb.
That's how they take care of it.
So this went rather well.
Yeah, somewhat surprised because we kind of had done this twice now.
Yeah, this is our second Guy Fawkes episode. The first, Lost to the Ether.
Dun, dun, dun.
We recorded for a while, and some weird nonsense happened with the mics. And
I still don't understand it.
Oh, I don't either. Even in the middle of the episode, I had a sick feeling in my stomach. And I was like, fuck, what if we're not recording? And I brought up the program and looked at every aspect of it, and I was like, nope, mics are armed, volume bars are going up and down, everything's in order.
Everything's working.
Yep, it's progressing. Yep, everything's fine.
It doesn't make any it doesn't make any goddamn sense, I tell.
No, the first like 30 minutes of the episode is entirely blank. Then it records for about 10 minutes.
Oh, it's only 10 minutes?
And then it doesn't record for about 30 minutes, and then it records for about 20 minutes till the end. So that episode was gone. And we had to redo this whole episode, and needless to say, that was very discouraging. We didn't want to sit here and talk about the same thing.
We're doing it for you because I'll be damned. We put it out there that we were doing a Guy Fawkes episode, and we couldn't just skip it.
Yeah.
At this point.
So
we did it for you. We did. So you're welcome.
Put our nose to the grindstone and
you
balls
are welcome.
to the wall.
We sat and drank and talked about Guy Fawkes for 2 nights instead of 1 for you guys.
All right, Craig.
All you guys.
All right, Craig. Are you trying to make them feel bad or something? Like, come on.
No,
dude.
I'm thanking them. It's because of you we're doing this.
Fucking passive aggressive motherfucker.
No, but seriously, we love you, and that's why we do this.
That's going a little too far. I don't love
all
them.
of them.
I don't know who the fuck they are.
Oh, come on now. At least I was still, getting them interested in listening.
Well, come on. What, do you want me to kiss your ass, or do you want me to be honest with you, audience? I don't know you. I love that you listen to the show. I love that you like it, and I appreciate your fucking support.
I'm 100% certain that every
say
single
that I
one
love
of them
you.
is of loving capacity.
I'm sure they are. Somebody loves you. I don't know you. If you want to get to know me, send me an email, fairpointpodcast@yahoo.com. It's an easy way to get in touch with us. Yeah, suggestions for episode topics, but it can be whatever. Like, really, dude, we'll respond. Like,
seriously, like, you could ask how our day was.
If you want us to love you, like, the key is communication. You got to make that first step. You got to take that leap.
Well,
face the risk of rejection.
I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I'm off the market, so I can't put myself out there. But or if email's not really your thing anymore, because let's face it, it's a thing of the early 21st century. Which
like
is
when
technically
Guy Fawkes
still now.
was around.
21st. What? Yeah, sure. I think more like V then. You could go over to our Facebook page and facebook.com/FairPointPodcast. Hit those precious likes.
Yes.
They're so important to us.
Like the page.
Likes are currency.
You know what the new episodes are going to be before anybody else. Well, other than the other people that like the page.
But you're still a good fan base.
Yeah, we post cool shit. We post art and pictures more than anything else. But sometimes you get a YouTube preview. Sometimes you get a YouTube clip of an older episode.
Yeah, links.
Sometimes just relevant articles and links to other podcasts or other content that you may enjoy. And sometimes badass cool pictures of me in my luchador outfit and Craig as a Pokemon master.
That's happened. I mean, that's on there. It's badass.
We're not going to say we're wearing them right now, but we're not going to say we're not.
Yeah, that's up for you to decide. Ever since I put that on, I don't think I've taken it off.
That's what that smell is.
I want to stay a Pokemon trainer.
Hit us up on Twitter. Follow us if you want to follow us. Follow me.
Please, follow me.
At Fairpoint Pod.
Because podcast is too long.
Next week. Well, no. I'm sorry, not next week. We're bi-weekly now. 2 weeks from today on Fairpoint, Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book comes to life. I don't know. Comes all in your ear.
Oh, we're doing a Mowgli episode.
Mowgli. Yes. We're going to talk about Mowgli, the life and exploits of that badass jungle motherfucker.
And the movie.
Yeah. Not the movie.
It's a bare
Not the
necessity.
movie.
Oh.
Not the movie. We're talking the original, the source material, the original books.
I want to talk about the movie.
Well, I'm sure we'll touch upon it, but
Yay!
this episode isn't about the movie. This episode is about the character of Mowgli and a lot of shit that you may not know if you're only really familiar with the movie.
I'm positive I do not know.
Oh yeah, the books are pretty badass. This is going to be a pretty cool episode. A lot of shit you wouldn't expect.
Well, it looks like I'm in for a learning process. A little lesson.
From the Secret Room, I'm Nathan Capisser.
And I'm Craig Lewis.
Thanks for joining us for another Fairtastic episode of Fair Point.
Listen next time.
Please.
Please like us.
What's the Twilight Saga? Oh, the Twilight Saga. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like once you said like what's the Twilight Saga?
I
like
thought it was
for a moment a tear rolled down my eye. I'm like I'm so proud of him.
I'm so jealous of you right now.